Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Battlefield 3 commentary, and in this one we're going to be talking about the AC-130 and whether or not it should be flyable. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, the AC-130 is not going to be able to be flown by a player. It's going to be basically on autopilot the entire time, and it's going to work as though you capture a base, and whatever team captures that base first gains the AC-130, and the AC-130 goes on this circular flight pattern. And it's going to be heavily armored, and you got to protect it from enemy jets, enemy fire coming from the ground. You know, you got to protect it from a lot of shit that's going to be thrown your way. So there's been a lot of, arguments brought up on both sides about whether or not it should be flyable or not. And in my opinion, at first, to think of a AC-130 being flyable is awesome. Just imagine yourself in the pilot seat, taking off on the runway. And you're going into the flight pattern, and you're giving your teammate in the gunner seat a good view on the ground where he could spot out enemy targets, he could take out enemy targets, and you can also do maneuvers in case you guys get shot at by missiles. And that's the ideal situation when it comes to the AC-130 being flyable. You got these two guys in the AC-130. They're talking like they just got out of Iraq and Afghanistan. And, they're working as a team, and they're being productive in the AC-130. That's the ideal situation. In a perfect world, that's what would happen. But in today's world, you got a whole bunch of craziness where guys just don't care about the objective, where guys want to troll other people, where you got literal, idiots who just play the game and can't tell their ass from their elbow. And, they'll get into the pilot seat, and you'll end up, you're the type of guy who wants to help out the team, who wants to win the objectives, who wants to take out enemy targets and spot out targets and the whole shabam, and you're getting in the gunner seat, and you're excited because you're about to go in the air. But the issue is, in the pilot seat, you have a complete moron who's just gonna either try to, haji the airplane, just crash it into the ground, or use it for his own personal transport. Don't you hate it when that happens? I've been in the Viper or the Havoc choppers, and the pilot uses it for his own transport. He'll go take the chopper to B or C, or in rush A or B, and he'll just jump out and he'll leave the gunner for dead. And I hate that. And to think that that can happen over and over and over again to the AC-130, and also to think that some pilots just might get bored because it's not as action-packed as a Viper or a Havoc or a Jet. It's actually a more strong argument than thinking of the ideal situation, which is two guys in the AC-130 bringing depth from above, helping out the team, and they're like these two pro players in the AC-130, and that's the ideal situation. And in reality, that's not going to happen. The majority of the times, you're going to have trolls flying the AC-130, or you're just going to have complete idiots who don't know what they're doing, and you're also going to have those guys who use it as transport. So at first, I was really excited to hear about the AC-130 and hoping that it will be flyable, but now hearing these arguments and actually thinking it through myself, I'm actually glad that it's not going to be flyable. Would I be happy if it was flyable and everybody was the ideal player? Hell yeah, I think that would be much better. But since everybody's not the ideal player, and you got trolls, and you got guys who are just selfish and don't care about the objectives, or will get bored easily in the pilot seat, I'm happy that it's not going to be flyable. I'm happy that it's going to be on autopilot, because it will give the gunner the chance to be that ideal player. And I'm just hoping that since there's going to be two gunners, it's not going to be completely overpowering, because from the way it seems, just having two gunners being able to tear ass while they just have an autopilot on, they don't have to worry about the pilot thing, and they could protect themselves from jets and everything like that. I'm really hoping that it's not going to be the situation where once you hear about an AC-130 being in the game, you're waving the white flag because you know damn well that you're not going to win the game. I just really hope that it's not going to be like that. But then again, I hope that it's not going to be completely underpowering, since there is no pilot. You're not going to be able to dodge below radar. You're not going to be able to dodge the missiles yourself. You're going to have to rely on that computer, and also you're going to have to rely on yourself to defend the AC-130 from air targets, ground targets, and you know, Jesus Christ himself, because everybody's going to be going after that AC-130 once they see it in the air. Think of yourself like a big steak just flying 20 feet off the ground in a lion's den. Just think of yourself like that. I know the AC-130 does not fly 20 feet off the ground. I know people will take that and be like, oh my god, do you not know anything? But no, just picture yourself as a big steak, because if the steak in the lion's den was flying 30,000 feet above ground, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. I'm putting you in a situation where you're in danger. So think of yourself as a big steak just flying 20 feet off the ground in a lion's den. You know, you're not going to be very safe for very long. So that's what it's going to be like being in that AC-130 above the ground. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is going to be coming after you. There will be guys who will go out of their way, not even care about, you know, Tojo and Fuckface taking the objective over there. They won't care about that. What they'll care about is you and that AC-130. So once you get in that AC-130, I guarantee you, everybody's going to be on your ass. So I'm really hoping that it's not an overpowering thing, but it's not an underpowering thing. I'm more worried about the underpowering thing, because it seems developers these days, they worry too much about something being overpowered. So a lot of the times the things that seem so awesome when they come out, they're actually completely useless. So I'm just hoping that that's not the situation, and I'm actually glad that there's not going to be pilots, even though I'm sad that you can't pilot the AC-130, because it would be cool to do, but you know, you got guys that just ruin the experience, and if there wasn't guys like that, I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to make it flyable. But I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary and found it informative. Wow, here I go again. I always do that. I do that sometimes. I do the info video outro instead of the regular it's a commentary outro, but I don't know why. I'm so used to doing certain things sometimes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary and found it enjoyable. And if you did, don't forget to click that like button and favorite this video, share it, subscribe if you're new here. And till next time, guys, peace.